What's up, guys? Welcome back on this Tuesday morning or midday, depending on where you're watching. It's already, it's obviously game week, but we play again on Friday, so it's in a couple of days again that we play Genoa away from home, which is gonna be probably one of the games I absolutely hate in the season. Genoa away, Verona away, terrible places for us to go. Always crazy games. But there's all transfer news and maybe not so much transfer news because the media is pushing signings, and you have Manna coming out suggesting that we're gonna do absolutely nothing, and this team is perfect, despite him admitting is actually not perfect in the same interview. So we're gonna talk about both things. We're gonna talk about Sudakov, Vlahovic, and Phillips. But before we do that, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, and let's jump straight into today's update. So before I talk about the real transfer news, I need to talk about what Manna had to say. He spoke about a bit of everything, the squad and whatever. However, he spoke about January, and he had quite a few things to say, and he had confusing things to say because he started off by speaking about or by saying we planned the season with two extra players, and he was referring to Fagioli and Pogba. And then he proceeds to say, but the squad is good how it is. Like, it is not, because you admitted that you planned the season ahead with two other players, two potential starters, especially one in Pogba, starter. So you cannot say the one thing, then turn it around and say, but this team is good how it is. It's not. Like, we are lacking a lot of stuff. We know that. If you watch Inter play, we are behind Inter at this moment in time. We get that. We knew that from day one. That being said, that was the case before the season started. Now you lost two players in Fagioli and Pogba. That case only got stronger. That's one. Two, I think nobody expects us to be in this situation at this moment in time. Then surely, as a club, you, even considering the finances, you come out and you give everybody a little bit of hope of what, we are looking at things, and they only saying, oh, if there is an opportunity, like that goes without saying. That goes even if your team is fixed. There's an opportunity, you take them. Like, that's just normal stuff. I think everybody can agree on the fact that Allegri needs help. He needs help just because he lost those two players. And even if those two players were in there, that squad is not fixed. It's not close to being fixed, We can upgrade on many things, and that goes starting wise for the starting 11 can be upgraded, and even the bench can definitely be upgraded, but even the starting 11 should be upgraded throughout the next years, whatever. I think, I don't want to say he's a liar, but I damn hope he's lying, because you cannot go into January and not do anything. Like, this team needs help if you want to push. And I don't want to hear, and he said that top four is our goal. Good, but goals change throughout the season. You can, I don't know, let me check, because Roma took a point, so I need to make sure before I say something that's absolutely not true. So we are 11 points clear of the fifth place, and that's Genoa or Roma in fourth. But let's go. We are 11 points clear of Bologna at this moment in time. If you mess up, and they talk about top four, if you mess up 11 points from now until the end of the season, we're midway through the season almost, then people get sacked. You cannot mess this up. Top four is the goal. Fine. I don't expect Allegri to say in the locker room, guys, it's done. The season is done. But come on, you cannot mess up top four. You're gonna finish top four at this point, because if you don't make it, well, a lot of people will get sacked, because that's insane. It's 11 points, midway through the season. You need to have a disaster of a run, and the teams behind you who are not good should have a crazy run. That's actually impossible to happen. That's on you if you don't make that. So them repeating the top four goal is kind of boring at this point. The goal has changed. You need to make a push, in my opinion, especially if in the next couple of days, weeks, you stay at 2 points behind Inter, because Inter have an easy run in. throughout January, in my opinion, or until January, we have a more tougher one. But if you somehow manage to keep it close, he needs help. He needs help. So I hope that's all bullshit. I hope that's all mind games. And the media is suggesting it is all mind games because there's some Sudakov news from Tuttosport, and actually the last couple of days, that's basically the story that has been pushed the most. He said the funds from Ealing Junior sale could be used for Sudakov, who's estimated to cost between 25 and 30 million. Allegri might adopt a 3-4-1-2 formation with the addition of the attacking midfielder Sudakov in January. I'm not sure if he's going to adapt that. I think he will shoehorn him into what we have already. But that's a player that could potentially help us, because he has something we don't have at this moment in squad. Like, Locatelli cannot do what he does. Rabiot absolutely cannot do what he does. And McKennie, not even close, on the ball ability. So he will add something we desperately are missing in the squad. Because Miretti, when he plays, he's not the finished article, we know that. And even then, he plays him as a second striker at times. He plays him in behind, like, there's no fixed position, and this player like Sudakov has more experience. We're missing certain things like if you look at that midfield, you don't expect somebody to make anything happen out that midfield. Locatelli is playing deep. McKennie has not the technical ability to do that. He can link up play, but it stops at a certain point because he's just very limited as a footballer on a technical level and actually just seeing things and executing things. And Rabiot this season is hit and miss. Last couple of games have been good, but I think nobody looks at Rabiot and you're like, oh, he's going to change the game for us. Consistently, he's going to put pressure on a back line. He's going to be the glue that, kind of holds the midfield and attack together. He's not that player. We know that. We are missing obvious things in this squad that need to be addressed. And if you have an opportunity to address these things and it's financially capable, you should not even think about it twice. That should be done. If it's Sudakov or if it's somebody else, I don't know. That's up for the club to determine. However, I think it speaks for itself. Like if you can do it, you need to do it. The squad is already thin. That's also a thing, in my opinion. Now Weah's back in training, but overall, the squad is not that like. There's enough players, but there's so many question marks. Some are not really good enough. Some of the youngsters are not getting minutes, so we have no idea what it's all about. And you have Manna and Juventus saying we want to see what we have in Nicolucci and Junior and Yildiz, and I'm like, they're not playing. Like he's not playing them. So what's the point? Like, what is the point of keeping these players? So that's also a hot topic that will be discussed throughout January. But you need to help Allegri out. You just need to help this team out in general. So Sudakov is one of the names, and he has been talked about a lot recently, in my opinion. Now let's move on to a Vlahovic update from Nico Shira. He said Juve's plans don't change for Vlahovic. To get a contract extension, he has to spread the salary from 24 until 26 for a new wage of 8-9 million until 27 or 28. So that's an extension for 2 years or 1 year. No, I think 2 years. Pretty sure, or 1 year and a half. And he said it's not close, and the entire media now is switching it to it's not close. The Vlahovic extension is purely financially, like you can see here. In the summer, they will try to sell him. That's a given. They will try to sell Vlahovic. They will be open to any type of move. They will. So keep that in mind. It's not about a long-term deal. It's about financial things because he's on 12 million the coming years, and that's what the club has done in the past. So they're trying to fix that. But if an offer comes in, they will try to push Vlahovic out of the door. And I think this time, if Allegri stays and if the situation is kind of the same in the summer, like the vibe, they want me out, I think he will be much more open to a move this summer. So again, like the entire story about he might potentially leave, he might potentially stay, I think it's all up in the air. I think it's all a bit of a guessing at this moment in time. What will happen? It's just they were trying to sort out the financial aspect rather than him being a key player or the club, seeing him as a key player moving forward. I don't know if it will get resolved. My worry is I don't hear anything about Chiesa. 1 year left after the season. Euros on their way. Rumors about he and his agent are open to 1-year deals. That's the worrying news, that we're not really hearing any real good updates on that front. I think that's a worry, because Vlahovic, yeah, is financially not good. I struggle to believe that he's not willing to work with that. I really do. Really, really do. So let's see how that will develop. But I think that's one of those that can wait a bit longer. I think some other option, like other players, are more urgent to deal with at this moment in time. One of them being Chiesa. But yeah, let's see how that will go. And then to wrap it up is Phillips. From Gazzetta Sport saying a meeting between Giuntoli and City will take place soon. City is favoring the Juventus option for Phillips to avoid sending one of its players directly to a rival. With Phillips in the squad, Locatelli might occasionally revert to the role of a central midfielder depending on the game situation. Allegri may rotate players based on form, opponents, an option that he has not been seen so far. It's not going to change much for the squad. That's all I'm saying. Yes, you can rotate. You can push Locatelli a little bit. I don't think it's going to be make that much of a difference compared to what we have now. That's just me. I don't think he wants to leave the Premier League. If he can join Newcastle, City can say whatever they want. They don't want Phillips. And if Newcastle puts an offer in, or any team, Aston Villa, just name it, they will let him go. They will let him go. I don't think City are that, heartbeat that they're like, oh, we're not going to let him go to Newcastle. They want him out, and they will push him out. So I don't think that's an option, the Phillips one, nor should I think I should be an option mid-season. I think if a squad is stacked and you're looking for rotation players to mix it up a little bit, fine. But in this situation, I'm just not the biggest fan of those type of moves, because I think we are missing something completely different. That's just my opinion. But that's the daily news update for today. Unless something else rolls out later today, then I will put out an update. Let me know what you think about the whole Manna situation, or like the statement Manna made, and especially Sudakov in general, if he's a player you want to come in, or you think he can make a difference in the squad throughout the next 6 months, basically. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Ciao.